Hello, my name is Steve Tobis, and just like you, I am a video shopper. I've been asked to put together a brief presentation on video shopping tips and tricks, things that I've learned which may be able to help you become a better video shopper. Not only am I a video shopper, I am also a video editor, and I have noticed a lot of issues with other shoppers' videos. These are serious issues, but easily corrected. Let's face it, we all want to be better at what we do, and I believe this brief presentation will give you some insight on how you can become a better video shopper. Okay, so I don't want to be long-winded. Let me tell you what I'm going to cover in this particular chapter. The quality of your videos, adjusting your button camera, keeping your subject in frame, sitting and standing without losing your subject. So let's get started. When we're talking about the quality of your video shop, normally the issue is that your video is too grainy or being shot at a low resolution. The issue we have here is that when you shoot at a low resolution and it then goes to the video editor, who then has to upload it again at a low resolution, it becomes even worse. So it's bad when we get it, but gets worse as it progresses down the trail. Usually the problem is something in your settings in your PV500 equipment. So I'd like to go over those settings with you to make sure that you understand and have your DVR recorder set correctly. If you go to your main menu and you click on Settings, you'll then be able to choose from Preview or Pre-Event. Both of these need to be checked to make sure the settings are the same in both. Once you press on your preview, you will then go to the resolution screen, as you can see here, and what we're going to check is all the settings. When you press on resolution, there'll be a pop-up menu. You want to check and make sure that is set for 720 by 480. Then go down to quality, make sure that's set to good. Your frame rate is between 20 and 25. Your audio is enabled. Your frame counter stamp is set to no. Timestamp is set to off. Device stamp is set to off. And your display is set to both. And lastly, microphone sensitivity is set to 5. Briefly, the timestamp set to off. Some MSCs want timestamping on their video. You need to check with your MSC to see if they want it turned on or turned off. Most of them want it off. But should they want it on, this is where you would set it. But then remember, before you do your next shop, to set it back off again. Once you have this set with these parameters, your videos should appear much better. Please keep in mind, we are not here to criticize you. We are here to help you become a better video shopper. One of the biggest issues we find is that shoppers are not placing their cameras on their blouse or shirts in the correct place, so that when they enter their shop, they are showing us the ceilings. The client is not interested in the ceiling. The client wants to see the subject in the film. We're going to show you how to correct that problem so you won't have that issue again. If you look in this particular clip, you will see what I'm talking about. In this clip, you will see that the shopper is not even facing the server. Instead, they are facing their guest. Once again, the client is not interested in who you've come to have dinner with. They want to see the server and how she reacts and presents herself. The other issue that we have with this type of shop is that it costs the company doing the video shop more money because it takes longer for us to crop out the person's face. This situation can be easily fixed if all the shopper does is turn and face the server at all times. When you are doing a restaurant shop and you have a guest, do not have your guest sit in front of you. Have them sit to your side. You need to be able to swing around and face the server at all times. It is not unusual to move around and face someone when you're talking to them, but to have your guest directly in front of you throughout the video is unacceptable, and your shop will be rejected. Here is a restaurant shop where someone is sitting in a booth and they've swung around to be able to capture the server perfectly. Excellent job. Even though we do see the ceiling lights, this is still an excellent shot because we are able to see the server and how she reacts. Here is another example of a perfect furniture store shop where the target is directly in center, framed perfectly, easily heard, and very visually seen. Exactly what the client wants. And our last clip is again another perfectly centered in the frame shot of a fast food restaurant. This is exactly what we're looking for. It's perfectly framed. That's what your goals should be. I hope that these examples have shown you the difference between what we don't want and what we do want. You have the ability. It just takes a little effort on your part and a little bit of training. It's not that difficult, just a matter of how you position yourself, how your camera's positioned. We're going to talk about that next, how to position your camera. I think that if you talk to 50 people, you may get 50 different ideas on the best way to adjust your camera. So I'd like to tell you what works for me. I stand in front of a mirror, I turn on my recorder, I find the perfect spot on my shirt that keeps me within the preview window. I keep track of how far I'm standing away from the mirror so that I know when I'm going to video the subject how far I need to be away. Remember that the farther you stand from your subject, the more of your subject you'll be able to capture. Once I'm in front of the mirror and I have my camera where I like it, I'll take some small strips of black Gorilla Tape and I place it on the inside of the shirt where the camera is attached through the buttonhole. Using those small pieces, I set the correct position for the button camera. If you're currently using Velcro to hold the camera in place, this method will add as an additional help in keeping the camera in place. Once you have it set, remove the shirt and use some more tape to hold down the camera in place, as well as any wires. Try keeping the microphone on the same side as the camera wires, as it just makes it easier to secure. Now go back to the mirror and check your recorder preview screen. Have some extra pieces of tape ready so you can adjust the camera from side to side and as well from up to down. All you need to do is just tug a little, tape a little, tug a little, tape a little. Double check your tape, make sure it's properly secure. Once you go back to the mirror, make sure you're appearing correctly and centered in your preview screen. Then the perfect framing position has been accomplished. Lastly, now that you have your camera all set and you think it's correct and everything appears to be right in the mirror when you were testing it, go on out and give it a try. Go out to your favorite fast food restaurant or to your supermarket or wherever you like and start shooting some video using a target. Now you'll be able to tell if your camera is set correctly before you go out and do your shop. Happy video shopping, everyone.